Good afternoon, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty, and today, no, that's not the one we're reviewing. This is the one we're reviewing, Batman 3 Jokers. Usually when I do the new comic book thing, I run through what's new out this week. That's going to be happening tomorrow when I do the actual official one. This is an unofficial one, because I've had to kind of sneakily ask somebody if I can borrow their copy to read it, because we've totally sold out of this one. The reason we sold out of it is because it's a Joker comic. They're always popular. And the only reason sold out of it is the fact that up until a few days ago, only 4 people were on the list for it, so I only ordered 8 copies of it, thinking even that might have been a bit too much. But turns out we've completely sold out of it, and I had to sneakily borrow a copy from somebody else to give it a quick read so I can let you guys know what it's about. And it's kind of a weird one to do a review for this one for me, because there's absolutely no way I can convince anyone else to buy a copy of this comic book from this store. We have none to sell. So I get to be honest. Now, I think I'm honest most of the time, but every once in a while I find myself I don't want to completely crap on something which has an awful lot of good ideas, but maybe not executed them 100% brilliantly. And I benefited out to creators I'm not particularly familiar with. So sometimes I find myself being just a comic book fan and just wanting to be saying nice things about comic books. This one, I don't need to do any extra work here. Everyone who's down for it is already down for it. They've all got their copies put to one side. They can go and buy them tomorrow. I could tell you right now that this is an absolutely huge pile of poo. But I'm not going to do that. For a start, it just looks cool. And it's got this little embossed card on the back there, which is kind of funky. It also does something which I know that some people have thoughts on it. It drops straight into a nice 9-panel grid, which is really, really cool. I like the look of these. It's just a personal choice. And it's also just got excellent artwork. I forgot his name. Jason Fabok, who just has an absolutely amazing knack to doing great pages. He doesn't have to do big splash pages, although, he can have a lot of fun with stuff. For instance, he does get the Joker done pretty damn well there. And this one is just my own entertainment because I'm a fan of Hitman, which has a Zombie Night at Gotham Aquarium. Strange things are afoot at Gotham Aquarium. So, straight off, it's a good-looking comic book. It just is. Now, does it go above and beyond? I think it does. I think Jason Fabok, although he does a very good DC in-house style, and he's really, really good at it. I can see why they hired him to do a lot of the key stuff. He also has a knack for just adding an extra little bit to it, in my opinion. He's a great one for a facial expression. He does very, very good action sequences. And he's got just a bit of a knack for violence, which I quite like. But that is just the way the comic looks. Now, what actually is a weird thing, because it was an idea which I never particularly agreed with, and some of my friends and other comic fans don't. It's just the idea that the Joker is more than one person. This came about, I think, as Batman had the chance to ask for one question, which you get a true answer for, which is, who is the Joker? And the answer was, well, there isn't one of them, there's 3 of them. Now, the entire point of the Joker, for me at least, is because you don't know who he is, he gets to reinvent himself. He gets to be whoever he needs to be at the time, whoever he wants to be. Whatever the joke that needs to be told here is, he's that guy. And he has an absolute freedom to do it as an anarchist, as a Joker, as a comedian, as a clown, as a criminal, as a psycho, as anything he wants to be, he gets to be it. That's why it doesn't particularly bother me when, yes, admittedly, the Suicide Squad version of the Joker wasn't great. It didn't stop me enjoying the Joker, because it's just that is just that Joker that they needed for that. So it's almost like it's a pointless comic to exist in the first place. We don't need this idea that there's 3 Jokers in the world. We're okay with just the Joker being whoever the Joker needs to be, peeling his face off if he particularly wants to, or shooting people for the hell of it, or breaking into a complete stranger's house because he expects that he's going to get an invitation to Batman and Catwoman's wedding delivered to that house, and then just torturing the guy there. Not overtly graphic, violent torturing, just freaking him out and telling terrible jokes. Whichever Joker you need in the world, it should be fine. Do we need this comic book? No, we don't. It's absolutely disposable. I'd like to think that it's an Elseworld. It's at a point in time or a point in history where Alfred's still around, for one, because this idea was floated years ago. That being said, I enjoyed reading it. Don't get me wrong, this is not going to be my best of the year thing, unless part 2 and part 3 are even better and they really add to the story. But it's an enjoyable little read. We have a lot of fun delving into Batman's past. We have some nice little takes on who the Joker needs to be for this. And weirdly, there is an argument to be made that for this joke to work, for his plan to actually land and pay off the way that he needs it to be, could it be that there needs to be three Jokers for this story? I don't know. That's an answer to a question that's going to have to come in at the end of the third part for this one. There's no way I can know that. But two people doing this, Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok, both people who do very good stuff for DC at the moment. Is this the best thing I've read? No, but it's entertaining. Yes. Does it matter? No. Did I enjoy it regardless? Yes. Kind of a bit of a nonsense there, a review, I'm afraid. But like I say, anyone who wants it from me has already got it. If you're listening to this or watching this and you're not a customer of my store, if you just basically found me on the internet, you might be thinking, well, that's not much good. I don't know anymore if I should buy it or not. You're right. This is not telling you that. You kind of need to make up your own mind. Do you care that this comic book exists in the first place? If you're going to be bugged by the fact that Jeff Johns is writing this comic book and reworking what a lot of other brilliant creators done in the past, if that's going to bother you, don't get it, because nothing's happening in it is going to convince you that you were wrong. If, however, you just want to read something fun and you can be okay with the idea that it doesn't actually have to mean everything or anything for that matter, if you just want a great looking comic book dealing with an idea for the Joker, which is kind of crazy and might not make some sense, but that's kind of what the Joker does anyway, then yeah, you should buy it. Basically, what I'm telling you is stay with what you were going to do anyway. I know. Even as I'm saying it, I'm like, why did I even bother doing this review? But hey, I read it. I might as well tell you guys about it. Anyway, that's it for me. Like I say, I'll be back tomorrow. I've gone way over on this one simply because it was really hard for me to figure out exactly how to land it and how to end this review. I still don't know if I've done it correctly or not, but hey, it's live. What can you do? I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.